is en route. We're going to have them in a minute. We talking steroids. We talking leaving your wife homeless. We talking about falling off of bridges. We talking about jurors saying Zimmerman was not guilty. And we talking about a whole lot more. Marcus J. Ain't no half stepping. We right now.
It's about that time. It's about that time to get.
Button your lip, open your ears, strap on your thinking cap. Socially conscious talk that's entertaining with a dash of humor and the top sports stories of the week. It's time for Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J.
Sellers has Jordan. Jordan with 2 seconds to go. Puts it up and scores at the buzzer. Michael Jordan has won it for Chicago. Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. He hits one deep to right center. That ball is out of here. The Yankees win the pennant.
If they lying, then they must be half stepping. Ain't no half stepping. Marcus J. Y'all, we live back in the building. Once again, be down with us tonight. 804-402-2893 to be down with the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio, live from the den. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. is live. We're definitely glad to have you here in the building with us. If you want to be down, give us a call at 804-402-2893. Once again, to be down with the flagship show. As I teased it at the beginning, we talking steroids. We talking leaving your wife homeless. Carlton Banks is going to ask, what do you think about it? We got a we got a missing child. We getting into a whole lot of stuff. And then, of course, we're going to end the show with some what the hells that's going to make you say, what the hell? So I'm definitely glad to have you all with us. We got a special guest in the building who I'm going to introduce here momentarily. But as I do every single week, I start off with my main man on my right-hand side. I got Carlton Banks in the building. What's going on, my brother?
You know, one day I'm going to sit on the left. Just to see what you say.
You gonna mess me up,
I'm
right?
mess you up.
You gonna mess you up. Hey, look, I know you mad at me right now.
I ain't mad.
You know why you mad at me? Because I did your part. I did your part.
I
did your part that used to be Ruben's part.
Yeah. I was about to say that wasn't my part. That was Ruben's part.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna go with.
I did your part that used to be Ruben's part, and ain't nothing you can do about it but get mad.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
I ain't gonna do nothing.
You ain't gonna do nothing?
You got 4 tires out there, right?
Oh damn! Really? You gonna go to the 4 tires thing?
Hey, you got 4 tires, right?
That's what it is, my brother. Hey, look, man, I got a special guest in the building.
I know, she's nice.
She is nice.
Mm-hmm.
She's nice.
Mm-hmm.
She's
real easy on the eyes.
Easy on the eyes,
That's
right?
what my mama used to say. she like Denzel. She said that about Denzel. I don't ever hear her say about anybody else but Denzel. I'd be like, damn, Denzel walking out, my daddy's short.
Oh, my goodness. I want to take this opportunity to introduce a longtime friend of mine. We got Mr. Mika in the building with us. What's going on, girl?
Hey, how you doing?
You doing good?
I'm doing great.
Hey, we're going to shake off some of these nerves and get it in. We going to get it in?
We're going to get it in.
That's what it is. Well, I always like to start off the show with icebreaker. And with an icebreaker, I like to ask folks how their weekends were. And in your case, I'm going to ask you not just so much how your weekend was, but I'm going to ask you how the last couple of months were, because we know that you've been traveling. You've been traveling abroad. And so why don't you tell the Ain't No Half Step with Marcus J listeners, not so much the first place. I don't really care about the first place. I think the listeners will be more concerned to hear about where you just returned from. Why don't you tell the listeners where you just got back from?
Well, I just got back in this past weekend from Nairobi, Kenya.
Get out of town. Nairobi, Kenya. Okay. All right. So what were we doing in Nairobi, Kenya?
I was studying abroad, studying law at the University of Nairobi.
Okay. All right. So tell us about the differences between the people there. I mean, there's black people there. I'm guessing there ain't nothing but black people in freaking Kenya. But tell us differences between the brothers there and the brothers here, the sisters there, the sisters here.
Well, Marcus, Kenya is very diverse. You'd be surprised. But yes, it is majority brothers and sisters there. And the people there are so warm and welcoming. So despite the rumors that Africans don't like Black Americans, it's not true, at least in Kenya. Everybody is respectful. Everybody addresses each other as sir or madam if they don't know you, or my brother or my sister. And I've never been to a place that was filled with so much love and welcoming. The food was great. The hospitality was great.
You get some goat?
I had goat. I had roasted goat
I bet
twice.
You did. I bet you did.
I had ostrich.
Really? Did it taste like chicken?
No, it tastes a little bit more like beef.
It did?
Yes.
Okay.
Why don't you tell the listeners that other thing that you had?
Did you have some Rocky Mountain
Because
oysters?
you know I'm not gonna let you off the hook.
You had some Rocky Mountain oysters?
Nah. Let her tell you.
I'm just curious because see.
Hey, bruh, you ain't ready.
Okay.
I need you to say it with me. I ain't ready. Say
I ain't ready?
You ain't ready.
I ain't ready? Okay.
Why don't you tell the listeners, including Carlton Banks, that other thing that you had?
I had ox.
Ox what?
Ox ball.
That's like Rocky Mountain oysters. That's why I said that.
Is that? I don't know what
Is
the
that
hell
what that's
Rocky
called?
Mountain.
Rocky Mountain
oysters.
oysters?
Yeah, look it up. Yeah, Rocky Mountain oysters. Yeah, yeah.
Rocky Mountain oysters.
Yeah, ain't no oysters. You got to think of the Rocky Mountains.
I don't freaking
mountains.
know. I mean, I
ain't no
don't know.
oysters in the mountains.
I mean,
Yeah,
you think
but
that when you
ox aren't
said
in the mountains
when you
either.
said Rocky
I'm
Mountains,
looking
I
up
was
for it.
immediately
It's
supposed to
actually
think of balls. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not thinking balls when you
Yeah.
say Rocky Mountains. So you ate the balls. You ate the balls.
I ate the balls.
She ate the balls. All right. I know. Aside now, I got the little crassness out of me. You had ostrich and you had ox balls. Now, for those of us who are Americanized, who are not acquainted with those types of delicacies, are there any types of foods that we eat here in the States that would have some sort of similarities where we could kind of visualize or tastualize ain't a word, but you know what I'm saying, you have an idea of what it's like to eat ostrich and ox balls?
Hey.
Can't say it with a straight face, Carl.
hey, Rocky Mountain oysters, man. Say it right.
I
Say it
can't
right.
say it with a straight face. But seriously, is there anything similar here in the States that we would eat? You know, ostrich. I mean, ostrich is a bird, so is it like it's a big ass bird? But is it?
I wanna see the breast on
It's a
it.
bird. Yeah, I want to see the boobs. Yeah, ostrich boobs. You eat ostrich boobs? Did you have ostrich boobs?
I don't know what part of the ostrich I had.
You mean to
because
tell me you
it-
just eat
You
body
couldn't tell if
parts?
it
It
was the leg?
does no, because they didn't have leg. It was just like all one piece of meat on a stick.
You know, you probably ate that neck, right? You know how the neck bone is on the chicken? People be on that. That's how she
No,
probably-
I know it wasn't the neck
It
because
wasn't
it
the
was
neck.
meaty.
Yeah.
So it might have just
How you
been
know?
like.
Have you seen an ostrich?
Yes, I did.
Okay, well you riding one too, because you know they ride them too.
No, I only rode a camel.
Oh, you on the road a camel?
You rode a camel?
Okay.
I rode a camel.
Yo, camels are mean, man. No, for real, yo. It's not like riding a horse. See, like a horse, you know, a horse can be tamed. Like if you go ride a horse, like, you know, on a horse farm, they cool. You can ride a camel on a camel farm, and they still mean. I mean, I guess you know. They spit at you and buck at you. I mean, like, did you fall off?
Thankfully, I was not spit on. I almost fell off twice because my camel was the last one on the ends. So whenever his rope got taut, because the camels in front of him were going faster, he would start jogging.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's hard to hold on.
So you had a jackass camel. He wasn't smart enough to keep up with the herd. Look at you. They gave you the dummy. Ain't no half stepping. With Marcus J. We live from the den, y'all. Legacy Internet Radio. If you want to be down with us tonight, call us at 804-402-2893. We definitely going to talk more with Miss Tamika throughout the evening with her experiences abroad if they come up. But I certainly want to utilize some of her knowledge with regards to the law. We know she's a law student, so possibly some of these things may come up. I'm not going to put her on the spot by saying as a lawyer, but you know, hopefully her intellect will shine through with regards to that. So I want to say peace to her family. We know we got some people in her home state in New York that are listening to us tonight, so we appreciate it. We're glad that you're supporting your girl, Miss Tamika, here. And if you hear something that you like, feel free to join. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den, the flagship show, LegacyInternetRadio.com, here every single Monday from 7 to 9, and all the programming here on Legacy Internet Radio. We on 6 days a week. So if you missed us tonight, tell a friend. We here Friday night. We replaying tonight's show. 804-402-2893. Now, here's what I want to do, Carlton Banks. You know, we like to kind of, do, like a mini sports roundup. And this time of year, it's not really a whole lot of sports that I want to get into, so we're not going to really spend a lot of time. Matter of fact, we're not going to spend any time really on sports, but I got a sports figure that I want to talk to you about a little bit and kind of get your opinion, Mr. Meek. I want you to get on this as well, because we know that you're the rare sister that likes sports, and I love it. Why don't you tell the listeners what your football team is? Because I know what it is, but why don't you tell the listeners what your football team is?
Oh, the Giants.
That's my girl right there. That's what I'm talking about. Colin Banks just dropped the mic and walked out the building. Anyway,
how many rings I got? Oops. Okay, let's go.
We got 8 rings.
Oh, yeah.
And I count the rings before the Super Bowl.
What's your team? What team are you? What's your team?
He roots for a team that's like not anywhere where he ever was. He went to the stadium like once.
Oh, yeah?
More than once.
Where's this?
My stadium is a beautiful stadium. Y'all love my stadium.
He went to East Texas to look at an obnoxious stadium that no one gives a damn about. But anyway, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about Alex Rodriguez. Not so much about the baseball and the Yankees and all of that kind of stuff. I want to talk more about performance enhancing drugs. I want to talk about how it is prevalent in the sport, and I want to talk about why more people seem to give a damn about Arod doing steroids in baseball, but not how many people get banged for 4 games in the NFL. I want to talk about how you haven't had a Hall of Famer go in this past weekend. Carlton Banks. We know that we had Cooperstown this past weekend, and you didn't get a living Hall of Fame. You had 3 posthumously guys win in. One guy hasn't played in 123 years. 123. He retired 123 years ago. So you didn't get no Bonds, and you didn't get no Clemens, who both would have been eligible, and they got 37 and 36% of the vote when you have to get 75% to get in. So, Carlton, I'm going to ask you first. First of all, do you think that Bonds and Clemens, I'm going to interview you because I got a few things I want to get to. Do you think Bonds and Clemens should be in the Hall of Fame knowing what you know?
Bond should be in and Clemens should not.
Okay, well, now I can't even ask you the question that I wanted to ask you, because I got to question you.
Okay.
Why you split them up? Why do you split them up?
Bond should be in there because regardless of what they say about steroids, it doesn't improve hand-eye coordination. He hit the ball regardless of any size or taintedness that they're claiming he has. I mean, it has yet to be proven. He said, I did not knowingly take steroids, whereas Clemens knowingly took steroids.
How do you know that?
I mean, you saw the mark. You got the tape. Not McNamara, whoever that was, squealed.
Brian McNamara.
It was McNamara?
Brian McNamee.
McNamee, yeah.
McNamee.
Okay, yeah, he squealed on him, so, that's how I know.
Well, you got a lot of people who are pretty confident that Barry Bonds did it, just as confident as they are that Roger Clemens did it.
Well, see, the thing why they say Barry did it is because of his size. If his size if he was a little bit smaller, then they wouldn't say that about him. So that's why. If you saw Barry when he was in Pittsburgh, he looked like you. And I don't mean that.
No, I got you. He gained a lot of weight.
Yeah, he gained a lot of weight. He gained muscle mass. But
Clemens did as well. If you look at Clemens in his Red Sox days versus Clemens when he went through the 2 years in Toronto and a couple of years that he played for the Yankees and then in Houston, I mean, he is a massive man versus how he looked in his Red Sox days in the the mid 80s. So
he didn't look that big though. He didn't get as big as Barry did.
I'm going to agree to disagree with you, Tamika. I know that you may not follow baseball, but I'm guessing you have an opinion on steroids. What's your thoughts on the fact that you didn't have any Hall of Famers go in, largely because the 2 biggest names that would have gone in this year would be Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens. Keeping in mind, this is the first year that you didn't have a living Hall of Famer go in since 1965. So it's been almost 50 years. Those 2 guys never failed a test, but there's been innuendo. What's your thoughts?
Well, I feel like maybe they weren't inducted because their names are tainted. So even though maybe tests never came back positive, that doesn't mean that they weren't doping, and maybe they didn't rightfully earn a spot for the Hall of Fame.
Right. Let's go back. Colin, I'm going to disagree with you on splitting them up because I think it's all or nothing when it comes to Bonds and Clemens. I think they're attached at the hip. But we'll agree to disagree without being disagreeable on that one. Let's talk about Alex Rodriguez, who admitted to using steroids in the 3 years that he played in Texas from 01 to 03. Says that he has not used steroids since 03, his last year in Texas, a year before he was traded to New York, and has been with the Yankees since February of 04. And, of course, he has been attached to not so much steroids, but a company that supplies steroids in Florida. And we know that the Milwaukee Brewers guy, whose name is escaping me right now, but he's already been suspended for the rest of the season, and he is part of the exact same Ryan Braun, actually, is his name. He's attached to the same company, and he just got banged for 65 games. So when we look at Alex Rodriguez, actually, to me, I'm gonna come to you on this one first. We look at Alex Rodriguez, who's already gotten his name tainted for the first thing, and now potentially this thing, and they're talking about possibly suspending him for the rest of the season and possibly all of next season. My question to you is this: if he has not failed a test, do you think that it's okay to suspend him, or do you think that having innuendo type evidence is good enough?
No, innuendo evidence is not good enough in this situation to warrant a suspension for a Major League Baseball All-Star. If he has not failed any tests, then he does not need to be suspended at this point.
Carlton Banks, I asked you the same question. We got Alex Rodriguez, who we know admitted to using steroids a while ago, back in 01, 02, and 03. And now he is potentially getting ready to get suspended for the rest of the season and part of next season. What's your thoughts? I mean, do you think that we should be suspending him? I mean, what's your thoughts on this?
Well, it's a personal reason that I don't like Arod. I don't like
we
his
don't
arrogance.
We don't talk about.
Hold on, let me answer. I'm trying to lead to a
But
question.
you started off by personal.
Okay, but hey, that's where I'm going with my answer.
Okay.
I want him
Fair
to be
enough.
suspended. I don't care for Arod. I want him to be suspended. He's a cheater, in my opinion.
I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back to you. We got a call on the live line. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Iris Perkins. How are you? I'm calling from Virginia.
What's going on? Iris Perkins from Virginia. We're doing fabulous. How you doing?
I am wonderful. Yeah, that team out in East Texas, ugh. I do not like that blue color either.
You don't like
I'm a Packer fan, by the way.
You're a who
But
fan?
Just saying.
You're a who
I'm a Green Bay Packer fan. I'm a proud cheesehead.
Oh, we beat them all the time. It's good to hear from you.
Is that right?
Yeah, Green Bay Packers. Yeah, we usually go up to Lambeau and beat them in the playoffs all the time. So it's real cool to hear that.
Right,
And,
right.
so what you want to get in on tonight?
Well, I wanted to say I do agree with your young lady about the innuendo about Arod, because innuendo isn't going to cause him to lose his $100 million. I think that it is going to be a great trial when his attorneys do go in to try to reduce or get the suspension overturned. So that's going to be another great thing to watch, because it's going to play a big part in how a whole lot of other people have to deal with this later on down the line. Because the little Braun dude got, what, is it 50 or 65 days?
65. 65.
Yeah, for his use. And he didn't have the legalese or legal team that A-Rod has right now. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, he got suspended, Ryan Braun, for the rest of this season. And the crazy thing about Ryan Braun was he won the National League MVP a couple of years ago, and right after he won in spring training of the following season, they had a tainted test on him, and he came out, did a press conference, said how clean he was, and he can't believe how they would come out and say these things about him. And he put it on the guy who took his sample. That guy, of course, got a black mark on him, lost his job and everything. And then now we find out that he is, of course, dirty. The same with A-Rod. He admitted he didn't fail a test, but, I mean, he admitted that he did it. So, you know, that's obviously as good as failing a test. And, of course, with this second thing, you know, Ryan Braun only had the one, but this second thing, because he was absolved of that first incident, even though we think he was lying then, he was absolved of it. But with A-Rod now, that's his second strike, 2 times guilty of, you know, attachment to steroids, plus You throw in the fact that they got him potentially on obstructing justice. So there's some people, Iris, that think that he should get a lifetime ban from baseball. What do you think about that? I'm going to come to the crew after you answer it.
As far as a lifetime ban, there's a whole lot you have to prove to get that done. We got to take it step by step. Let him prove first that he has a second strike. Then after that, we can talk about the lifetime ban or a couple of years. Because I think they went all in on Pete Rose when they gave him the lifetime ban. He was just betting on the game. He didn't even have anything to do with, extra fixing of games or taking steroids or introducing steroids to his team. And they need to get past just him getting the second strike first before we can talk about him being banned for a lifetime.
No, I could dig it. Ain't no hashtag with Marcus J. Iris. We appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much for your support and listening to the show. And definitely let everybody that's on your Facebook wall know what you're listening to right now. Like and share us and definitely help us continue to branch out, get some more listeners. Stay on hashtag with Marcus J. We appreciate it.
Most definitely.
All right, thank you. That was Iris in Virginia. Thank you so much. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Just a quick note that she mentioned on Pete Rose. And Pete Rose, of course, we know was managing the Cincinnati Reds at the time of him allegedly betting. Well, not allegedly. He was, they said he was betting. He was betting. He got a lifetime ban. As a manager, you do have your hand in potentially having, changes to the outcome. But, it is what it is. Tamika, I'm going to come back to you on this one and Carlton, I want you to follow up. As far as the comment that was made with regards to the potential third strike, because he's already admitted to one, the whole thing with what they're talking about now potentially could be the second strike, and then, of course, the third strike would be the obstruction. Do you think that Arod would be in line for a lifetime ban? Do you think that would be fair, or are we talking, just a regular, suspension would be applicable?
Me or her?
Her name is Tamika, and since I started off by
she looked at me like I was supposed to talk. I'm just saying.
But,
see, he missed that. See, he missed that.
Well, that's because I'm multitasking.
Oh,
I don't know what you're talking about. I just glanced your way. That's all.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him.
She's doing the bad out there, but either of you could take that one. Carlton, if you want it, you can have it.
He won't get a lifetime ban, unfortunately, because what Pete did was dictated purely by outcome and greed of money and a gambling problem. Had he not been coaching a team, which could impact, although he said he never bet on his team, his things that he did could have changed the outcome of a game, or certain movements or suggestions that were taking place during the game could have impacted it. That's why he's got the lifetime ban. Does he deserve it? At this point, no, because what he's done, he's already paid for it. He's already paid for that over and over again. As far as Arod, again, I personally, I don't like him. He can stay out, but he'll get in.
Yeah, no, I got you. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of Arod. He plays for my team. I'm a Yankees fan. I've been one since 1981. But I'm not an Arod guy. For me, it's about laundry. It's always been about laundry. I've never been one. I mean, I got the guys on my team that I like, and that's usually where I leave it. All the jerseys that I have, my Yankees jersey, my Knicks jersey, my Giants jersey, they all got my name on it because I ain't going nowhere. Players leave. It's about the names on the front of the jersey, not the name on the back. So, for the Yankees, I'll be honest with you, we paying the dude $275 million for 10 years, and he's in the 6th year. So would I like to see him on the field? Hell yeah, earn your money. But the reality is, I know that if he gets suspended for this year and all of next year, when he comes back the following year in 2015, he's going to be 41 or 40 years old. And I ain't never seen a 40-year-old third baseman who hasn't played for 2 years be productive. And the likelihood of him just walking away is great, which is good for us for salary cap purposes. So I ain't really tripping on
salary caps.
Salary cap.
Well, there's no salary cap.
There's no salary cap in baseball. Yes, I understand there's no salary cap in baseball. However, we know that the Yankees are looking to exert some prudence with regards to how much money they've been spending. And next year, they're looking to get under $189 million, because $189 is where the high tax dollars will kick in. And as a team, it's one of our doctrines to try to get under that. So I know that, if we get him banked for next year, he ain't getting paid. He comes off of the salary cap. So the following year, it resets, and you go back to $300 million then if you want to. But for next year, you have to get under a certain threshold, And if he gets banged for next year, it's good for us as a Yankees. So that's where I was going. That's where I was going with that. Ain't no how Steppin Marcus J. One other thing I want to get into in this segment before we ask Carlton Banks what we think about it is Dwayne Wade. Let's talk a little bit about Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade, we know, Miami Heat guard, two-time NBA champion. We know that Dwayne Wade has been having all kinds of issues with his ex-wife. We're not going to call her his baby mama. We're going to call her his ex-wife. We know that they've been divorced for a couple of years. We also know that he has been linked to Gabrielle Union, the actress, the last few years. So he's divorced.
Yeah, he's dating my girlfriend.
He's dating Gabrielle Union. Last week, Dwayne Wade's ex-wife, Siobhan Funches Wade, staged a street protest outside a Chicago courtroom. She alleged that Dwayne Wade was not paying his child support and would not allow her to see their children. She also held a large sign saying that she was on the street, and there's video on it online. I'm looking at it at usatoday.com, Tamika. But the fact of the matter is, this is a woman who had been with Dwayne Wade since they were young. They were childhood sweethearts. They were married. They had children. They were married for a long time. They were divorced. And apparently she was unhappy with the way that Dwayne Wade has conducted himself since their divorce. So I'm going to ask you, as a sister, looking at the way that she has conducted herself, and I'm showing, for the interest of full disclosure, listeners, I'm showing Tamika a quick video of Dwayne Wade's wife sitting outside the court with a sign that says NBA Miami Heat star, mother of his children, on the street. What do you think about that? I mean, do you think that it's appropriate for her to take those measures, or do you think that it would have been better suited for her to go in a different route? Keep in mind that he's been in public with his new girlfriend, and her contention is she hadn't been able to see her children. So what's your thoughts?
Well, in my opinion, private matters really should be kept private. She should not have been holding a sign saying that she was on the street, particularly if she really was not on the street. From everything that I've seen so far, it looks like he was keeping up with his child support payments. And the fact that he's not allowing her to see the children looks like it's due to some of her mental instability. So, he has a right to protect his children just like she does. And if he's paying what he's supposed to be paying, which is child support, to support his children, not to necessarily keep her.
$25,000 a month, by the way.
And he's paying it regularly. So if she is mismanaging her funds to where she doesn't have a place to live, that's not his problem.
Carlton Banks, I'm going to ask you this. Apparently, in the aftermath of all that drama that went on last week with his ex-wife out there doing what she was doing, keep in mind that they are divorced. They've been divorced for a little while, and whatever was dictated by the divorce settlement was dictated by the divorce settlement. But after seeing what he saw last week with her out there acting a damn fool on the street with a sign like a knucklehead crazy person, yeah, I just gave you my opinion. He has agreed to pay her an additional $5 million with a non-disparagement agreement, which basically means here's $5 million, shut the hell up, basically. What's your thoughts on that? He basically paid her $5 million to go away and shut up. What do you think?
I'm going on the tip jar. The bitch crazy.
Yeah, I don't think I would have went a tip jar. Went there.
I'm going there.
Since you did,
I'm going there.
Yeah.
Because she's crazy. He's already admitted to her being crazy. She's already shown she's been crazy. And everything. The problem she's having is she wants her baby daddy back. He don't want her back, and she ain't trying to let him go. That's the whole problem. If she would shut up, take the money that she's been given, she just wants to keep trying to bring him down. Man already got a migraine. He don't need a wife to add to that migraine problem he's got. So I mean, go the hell on, woman. He got enough money to he got enough money to do some things to really shut her up. So she need to just shut up. I mean, you're going to see her ass on the Basketball Wives in a minute. And the thing about it, going on Basketball Wives is really going to be bad for her because then she ain't going to get no money because that's added income that he won't have to cover for. So she just need to shut the hell up. The woman crazy. He getting ready to go get ready for a game. She's supposed to drop the kids off. She running around everywhere, but where she's supposed to be with the kids. Yeah. I think he got custody, not her crazy ass. That woman go, man. Trust me.
He has custody, and Joy. Thank you, Joy. And it was good seeing you this weekend, by the way, Joy. Joy is listening to us and saying that she got issues. Yes, Joy. She absolutely has issues. I think I said it clear when I kind of alluded to it when I kind of, I ain't call her bitch. But
I did.
Yeah, I know you did. SY, what's up, girl? You ain't late. You always on time. SY is hitting us up and listening. She asked what we talk about. Keep listening, girl. You gonna hear what we talking about. Dwayne Wade's wife out there on the street acting a damn fool. That's what we talking about. Here's the thing. He divorced her. He don't love you no more, girl. He won't be with somebody else. He paid you the settlement, whatever the settlement was in the divorce. Because you was with him forever, and because you had children with him, and if you had a decent lawyer, you got paid. You just did. You got paid. So I don't really want to talk to you no more. Take your $25,000 a month child support and dis-a-freaking-peer. If he really is tripping with visitation on the children, then yes, she has an issue. Yes, she has an issue if he's not allowing her to see their children. But if it's just mental illness, if she out there acting crazy, then yeah, you really need to go away somewhere. But he did pay her an additional $5 million, so it must be something. It must be something.
It's hush money.
He shouldn't have done it. He shouldn't have paid her that money because what's going to happen now is she knows that the next time she wants money again, she makes a ruckus. She tries to drag his name through the mud. He wants to keep a clean image, and he's going to pay her again. And it's not about the children at this point. It's about her trying to embarrass him, and she's ultimately embarrassing herself. Yeah. And as a woman, it's just embarrassing. I'm disgusted as a woman to see her do that. Just because she may want him back, she may want to ruin him. It's not right.
No, I agree.
It's not right.
I know.
Next thing she's gonna say he gave her an STD.
Well, that's another conversation. That's a whole nother angle to take on it. But the reality is, they got divorced, and when they got divorced, I'm sure she got something, and whatever it was that she got, her and her attorneys agreed to it. So for her to come back and have a problem now is somewhat disingenuous. Now, the fact that I agree with Tamika, the fact that he went ahead and paid her, I think that he did something that was wrong strategically, because now she can come back in the future and start acting a damn fool again. But that's kind of his problem. But I wanted to bring that up to kind of see if anybody had any kind of comment with regards to how she was performing publicly with the whole trying to embarrass him thing, because a lot of times what I've seen is people who are unhappy with their ex finds it necessary to embarrass them because they think by embarrassing them they can somehow get what it is they want. I could tell you, you can try embarrassing me, but I don't know if it would work with me, Colin. Would it work with you? Would embarrassment work with you?
Mm-mm. I'm gonna just sit there and tell you straight up, your ass crazy.
Just your ass crazy.
Your ass crazy.
Your ass crazy. I ain't got $5 million. So your ass just gonna be on the street mad with a sign saying Marcus J didn't pay me, and I'm gonna walk past and put something in your little jar.
Yep, exactly. I might not even do that.
Yeah, it might not even do that. Ain't no how Steppin Marcus J. We're gonna take our first break of the night, y'all. And when we come back, we got your man Carl Banks. He's gonna ask the question, what do you think about it? He's got 2 questions. He's asking what we think about it, and I think they're gonna be certainly very, very interesting. Marcus J, no ask Steppin. Be back in a minute.